Oh my God, I forgot how taxing sale season was. You made it to the sale yesterday, didn't you? I forgot how taxing sale season was. Amy and I got to the sale early. We got underway just after 7 a.m. Yesterday. The sale concluded. When everything was done, it was 7 p.m. And just everything throughout the day was a blur somewhat. And this is why you have to be prepared when you're going to a sale. You know, you have to know what you're you have to know what you're doing, what you want to do, and then have contingencies laid out. You know, if you get these horses, this is how the day is going to go, that, and so on and so forth. And it's very difficult. And I started off the day. So there was some horses I was looking at, but the first horse I really wanted was the first horse I got, and that was number 11, High Hopes. Now, High Hopes, yes, is a sister to High Enterprise, but you can't blame the mare for Enterprise. And that's not to make fun of the stud or the owners of the stud or anything like that. It just, for us, it hasn't worked out well for Enterprise, and he hasn't had a great showing in Ohio. I think that's fair enough to say. And I wanted this filly because I don't want to say, I believed in the pedigree, but I did like the pedigree. I always have liked the pedigree. And when it came down to, can you go in and get them, sweetheart? I got a drink, you got a pink drink, and add 2 drinks and a scone. I get it, honey. So, the way the day shaped up was number 11. Was the first one I wanted, right? I felt bad because at the start of the sale, there was a couple of horses that I could have bought that were kind of low, but they were going to be fillers, and we ended up with all the fillers we wanted. So in that regard, I'm happy with the way it went. So I generally like to go over and get coffee for the girls in the office. They help us out. You know, we buy a lot of horses, and you know, to have people in the office that can put this stuff together, Anthony, here's your stuff, it's super helpful. And those guys are so taxed. You think we're stressed? All these horses and numbers and owners and, you know, online accounts coming in and people coming in and asking a variety of questions. It is tough time of year. It's a tough time of year for them. And although it's their job, that doesn't make it any easier. So I often, there you go. Use your foot aid. I often like to just come in and just give them a, hey, thanks for all you do, and thanks for all you do, and here you go, sweetheart. Here. And here's some coffee. So Amy and I went up to Starbucks. Now, my first horse, as I said, was number 11. So I hadn't paid attention to the outs and what?
Your tooth goes in here.
Oh, they gave you 2. You're very lucky. So, we went over to Starbucks and hip 5 or something. Hip 5. We go over to the Starbucks. We go in the parking lot. I already had the order in. I just had to go in and pick it up. Maybe it was a little bit later because as I was going in to Starbucks, I know that hip 7 was in the ring. Tons of time. Come out of the Starbucks. Get in the car. Hip 8 is in the ring. We go to pull out of the parking lot at Starbucks. Now, we're just a city block down at a Kroger. Hip 8 hammer drops. We're on the road. We're a city block away. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hip 9 and hip 10 are both out. What? Hip 11 is coming in the ring. So, of course, I tramp on it. Now, of course, I turned a perfectly tranquil day into a complete stress fest in a heartbeat. Hip 11's in the ring. As we pull in the driveway, people are bidding on her. 3, 4, 5. I'm flipping out now. I'm trying not to flip out. This is all on me. It's not like I can blame anybody. So I'm like biting my lip. I just pull right up to the door. So if you were in Ohio yesterday, you know that everybody parked in the parking lot. It was like a giant, it was much nicer, obviously, than a hockey rink. But just for argument's sake, you have the parking lot, and then you funnel through the main door. There's other doors, but the main door is where the ring is. I pulled right up to the door, put it in park, jumped out, walked in, just as he said, 13, 14, 15, 15, going once, Going twice, I walked in the ring, went 16, and I walked in. The guy saw me walk through the door. He saw the look of panic on my face. I walk in, he saw me come through. 16 hammer drops. Whew, that was close. That was close. I turn around. 2 feet behind me is Ron Burke. He looks right at me and goes, "You are a lunatic." And then I walk out. The car door is still open. It's still open. I walk out, get in the car, park the car, come back in. The lady comes over with the ticket. I sign the ticket. I walk the coffee into the office. So that was the first tip of the day. That set the tone for the whole day. Now, we had a couple of clients that had asked me, "How do you think the sale will go?" I said, "You can never tell. I think it'll be a good sale." I said, "I believe we will get everything we want. I believe we will get everything we want." And they said, "Really?" I said, "Yep, I think we're going to get our top horse, my number one pick." Now, I didn't tell you guys who my number one pick is, number two pick, number three pick. I didn't give you my top 10 for obvious reasons. I need to for glare. For obvious reasons, I couldn't give you my top. These are my top picks. If people asked me directly, "Anthony, who was your top pick of the sale?" then it was 242, right? 242 was Sierra Girl's sister. The filly looked amazing, like amazing, and that was my top pick of the sale. Right behind her, or close to it, Addie, turn that down, sweetie. Right behind that would be, closely behind that would be 68, and there was some pacers in there I really liked, but you know, I nobody really wants to tell you what they're looking at, right? You can't go up and say, "Hey, what hips are you looking at?" But I saw Ron Burke there, a couple other people, and I said, "Here, I don't want to know your picks. Here are my picks. You tell me if there's any of these horses that you're going pretty deep on," because although we had a premium horse package put together, it was not going to be deep enough to outbid the likes of them. They didn't. Addie, you got to turn it down more, sweetheart. Trying to do video. More. That's good right there. You cheated. You put it up a little bit. Down a little bit more. All right, that'll do. So that's what I'd done to a couple of people. Here's the main horse I'm looking at. I didn't price them for them or anything. And I know Ronnie had said that one and that one. I really like those two, and I think, you know, we're going to try very hard to get those horses. Now, if Ron Burke's stable is trying very hard, that generally means we're not going to get the horse, right? Because their pricing of the horses is a little deeper, right? It's not like us. I'm out there looking for value purchases. They're looking for what they believe is the best horse or one of the best horses in the sale. Now, no one knows, but they're more than willing to pay a premium for the horse that they believe is the number one horse, and I'm not. I guess that's the way I don't mind putting it. When it came to the Ohio sale, as it does every year, it's all about value. It always is about value. So my first pick, and the one pacer I wanted, I did get. And when I saw that Ronnie had said, "It's a nice filly right there," and I said, "Yeah." We actually did talk about pricing, and the price that I had on her was actually a little bit higher than his, which is strange, but we ended up with that filly also. So I did get everything I wanted, because the one or two horses that Ronnie had said that he was looking to buy and that his owners wanted badly, yeah, I liked them, but not near how bad he liked them, right? I'm not going to pay $160,000 for Which Way to the Beach's 3/4 brother. I like him, but when I look at Lexington, there's 3 or 4 pedigrees in there that are super, super deep also. And when I looked at 150, I think it was 152 was the horse, if I'm not mistaken. I liked him. Nice looking horse.
Mommy, I'm going to watch when we're off.
On the road?
They're redoing the parking lot again.
What's that?
They're redoing the parking lot.
They're just fixing something here that must have been broken. So I just wasn't prepared. Even if you guys had given me $160,000 and said, "Want the best horse in the sale," I don't know if I'd be comfortable paying $160,000 for that particular horse. So I just left that horse. I left that horse as is. But we did get everything we wanted, as I said we would. Hip number 11 was our first horse. The next one was the pacer that I did want. The one that I thought had the value, but the best looking one that I saw that I thought. And again, value is the one thing that plays a giant factor when it comes to me buying the horses. When I looked at number 30, Rose Run Alexandra, I saw a very strong pedigree, but a very, very good looking horse. And I'm not going to say anything negative about the Dancing Yankees. Yes, the colt can be a little strong in the face, and the filly sometimes, but both very, very nice horses. And I could not be any happier than I was when we got, when the hammer dropped on this filly. $47,000, and honestly, I'll be completely frank with everybody, I had her priced at $55,000 the day before. Shh, no, not yet, sweetheart. Watch your iPad. I have to do my video first. Just give me a minute, okay? Okay? Do you need a Kleenex for your nose? I'll get you one. So I got 11. I got 30. The sale's going great. I'm 8,000 under on Rose Run Alexander. I said 55. I would have went to 55. That's how much I liked her. And we ended up going to 47. So right away, I got two of the main horses I wanted in the first part of the sale, and I got them for less than I would have to pay for them. So I'm happy. I'm coming down now after the freak out over high hopes. I got the next filly I wanted. The sale is starting up nicely. I bid on, as you can imagine, I bid on a ton of horses. Look at one of our Jason Merriman is being proactive and jogging the babies. Well done. I thought the boys would just kind of wait until I was here full time. Very impressed with the boys today.
Got the sticker on.
Yeah, 267. That's the Freedom filly. Oh, maybe I'll drive up and give you guys a little look at her. That's impressive. So I bid on over 100 horses. And it was funny because after the sale, we're walking through, my iPad had just died, so I didn't have everything in front of me, and we're walking through Spring Haven. I said, I think I bought that one. Didn't I buy that one? And she's like, no, yours is here. Because it's like a kid in a teddy bear store. I thought that one's mine, and that one's mine, and that one's mine. They weren't, but I had bid on those horses. So, bid on a number of horses. Here, I'll give you here. At, this one is Freedom Hill, right? Is that who that is? 267. Freedom Hill. That right there is Freedom Hill. That is the What the Hill filly. The one we bought, the last horse we bought in the sale is right there. 267. So everything is going perfect thus far. And it's going perfect for the sale this far. I didn't get everything I wanted in the sense that I couldn't buy over 100 horses, obviously. But the ones we got, I thought were undervalued. They were less than what I had priced them at. And I really, really liked what I saw from the horses. So next in the ring for us was number 68. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill. I love this horse. This is Date Night's sister. But what you guys what you guys didn't know about this colt was that Amy and I actually raced Aspen, California in the second dam. This entire pedigree I know very, very, very well, aside from Date Night. I thought that this filly right here, this colt right here, honestly, would be one of the higher priced horses in the sale.
Ooh,
now, yeah, it's a pretty one. Now, I was wrong in the sense that this particular horse, acting perfect. Yeah, I see him, sweetheart. This particular horse, the pedigree was great. The horse itself was great. A little cut on its back leg, and I believe it had an OCD in its left front ankle, just a tiny one, and nothing that I was worried about. I thought this horse would bring 75,000. I had it marked at 80, but a hard sell at 75, and at 41 I just thought was an absolute slam dunk, an easy horse. You know, a lot of people maybe didn't know Date Night. Obviously the bigger barns knew Date Night, but maybe some of the smaller barns didn't recognize the name. Date Night was one of the best horses around in Lexington for Andy Miller at 2. Just an absolute killer at 2. A very, very nice horse. And I thought Bluebird Tuxedo Hill was probably one of the easiest purchases maybe I ever made at 41,000. It became very clear in the bidding that people were laying off this horse, and I was more than happy to pick this one up. So now I've got the filly that I wanted in High Hopes. I got the pacing filly that I wanted in Rose Run Alexandra. And now I've got a horse that, truthfully speaking, could have been a top bucket horse for me, in my mind. And now we've got all three of them. The sale is going very, very well for us. I picked up some fillers in the middle. Leggy, I thought was nice. This is the sister to Compass Rose DC, but Compass Rose DC was nasty. She would bite your face off if you stood in front of her long enough. This filly actually looked like she was filled out a little better, behaved a little better, had a really, really nice attitude, seemed to be really nice to get along with. Was easy to walk around. And where are they at here?
Right there.
Right on the trot, the big girl. There's a good-looking filly. We'll get to her in a second. And then I picked up another filly that I just thought was very undervalued at $17,000, coming from a smaller burn. Fire and Shine, I thought just looked amazing. This is out of a sister to Del Marvelous, who win in 48, made 800,000. I just thought, if nothing else, even if you're looking at the pedigree page and you say, well, that's the type of breeding that people may want to breed to. Like, this might be a broodmare prospect. Again, that just gives you a little more comfort, and it opens that avenue of an exit strategy for a horse like Fire and Shine. I just thought at 17, I had her priced at 26. I thought she might bring, yeah, she's beautiful.
Who?
Horsey right there, that's a baby we bought yesterday. And she on the dead trot right there. She's pretty, eh?
Yeah, pretty.
Super pretty. Yeah, Fire and Shine, I just thought was an easy pickup. Just one of those horses that was in the mix, was one of the horses we were looking at. The price was way below what I priced her at, and I thought that she was just a simple pickup. So now it just seems like we're breezing. Now, if you look, like, I bid on a ton of horses. There wouldn't be a group of 10 that went in the ring that I didn't bid on one or two of them. Now we're at 95, and we've only picked up 4, so I did pass on a number of horses. And then to the next one was almost 50 hips. Next one was one of my favorite horses from the day before, inspecting the horses. Wander Hill, I thought, was just an incredibly good-looking horse. And again, 26,000. I had it priced at 37. I thought the horse was kind of an easy pickup also. And I like this horse too. This is the one with the 610,000 made. The brother, Bluebird Jesse, had 610,000 made. I just thought Wander Hill was underpriced, the only way to put it. Now, we did pick up one. Afterwards, Dr. Latessa come up and said, hey, I know a guy that bought his horse back from 9. He said, Anthony, I know the full brother. I've seen the full brother. I've worked on him. He's a bigger, good-looking horse. He is a strong horse. This horse, a little more compact. His full brother, a little more compact. And, man, he looks really, really, really good. I said, okay, cool. What is he like? What is he looking for? He said he bought him back for 9. He wanted 15. And I said, well, why don't we just let him stew for a little bit, see how it goes. He said, no, you're not going to have to. He said, he just called me and said, if you want the horse, they'll sell the ticket right now for 12.
Daddy, I need tissue.
Okay, sweetheart. Can you look for some Kleenex in here for her nose? Yeah. So when it came to that particular horse, again, no, just look, it's going to be way down deep. When I look at that particular horse again, I went on the recommendations of Mike. I did look at the horse. I had the horse priced at 18, but it was like 18. It'll do in a pinch, but 18, is this the horse you want? Here you go, sweetheart. Do you need some help?
No.
You sure? Okay. So, Dancing in My Socks. This is a beautiful horse. We go on my Facebook page. The guy, everybody kept asking who the one with all the white legs were. There was 2 of them. One we're going to talk about in a minute that I really, really liked. And Dancing in My Socks. I guess what we would say is, there's the filly again. That'll be it for her. Man, she did nothing but trot all morning. Great job by this crew. I'll tell you one thing. I really thought they would say, no, we just wait till Anthony gets here on Monday or Tuesday now. But they took the bull by the horn, so to speak, and started going with them. Good job. So Dancing with My Socks, I guess when we talk about those foot soldiers in the racehorse side, this would be one of those. This is a guy that fits in the basket. Kind of, yes, perfectly fit. We have just enough room for that one. He fits in there. And that was a perfect spot for Dancing with My Socks. Dancing in My Socks. A dancing Yankee colt with all sorts of speed and money in the pedigree also. So it was one of those ones that, yeah, kind of was an easy buy. The next horse I did not look at until he come up to the back ring, and I can't tell you why. I looked at maybe 8 or 10 horses at Midland Acres, at least 8 or 10 horses. And for some reason, number 184, LT Troubadour, or Lieutenant Troubadour, I don't know which they go by. Here's a Long Tom. Now, the Long Toms, I loved them the first year. You know, we were so high in Of Tom, and she just didn't pan out. I believe the reason being for that is some of the Long Toms were too long, right? And they couldn't sustain the speed. Like, that's why Of Tom, I would guess and bet one of the fastest miles of her life was her first lifetime start, where she took that mark of 58-1. I wasn't down on them, but they weren't highly sought after by me. I wasn't going there looking for Long Toms. But there were a lot of really good looking ones. Now, how did I miss this? I have no idea. This is a bay colt by Long Tom, and a beautiful colt. The second dam is the dam of Andover Hall, Angus Hall, Conway Hall. I have no idea how I missed this. I did not look at this horse until it was coming up the driveway, and I looked at Amy. I said, who the hell is that? I scroll through. It's a Long Tom colt. I said, how did I not see this horse? She goes, I don't know. Anyway, he stopped. We looked at him, went all over him, inspected him. And just a beautiful colt. Just a really, really beautiful colt. And I just said, I'm trying to price him. No, we can't go in the barn. We got to go to Pennsylvania in a sec. I got to go sign in soon, honey. Pennsylvania. Just give me a minute. So when it came to LT Troubadour, however we want to pronounce him, it was a miss by me on inspection day. But I'll tell you one thing, it was unanimous. Everybody that was with us, it was right there. I was like, man, that's a gorgeous horse. Looks nice, stands nice. Really, really, really happy with what I saw from LT Troubadour yesterday. And again, $24,000. This horse was easily probably a $35,000 horse in my estimation. Now, again, I'm looking in hindsight also. I'm looking at how the sale prices were. They were strong. This guy I just thought was a tiny bit light at $24,000. And again, just one of those horses where you're like, I don't know how I missed him, but a super easy pickup. That's a little bit loud again. He's a great guy, was on my thing. I think I put this horse on my video the day before. Again, $26,000, one of those horses that's going to fit in really nice. This up Blueberry Hills, full brother, good looking horse. His video was nice. Everything about him said, yes, he'll do in the stable. And at $26,000, exactly what we were looking for. So an easy purchase there. We're into the 200s now, and you have no idea how many horses I bid on and passed on. And I'm very, very happy with every single one of the ones that we've picked up thus far. Now, one of my favorite horses sale. He wasn't the best by pedigree, not even close. He was a small horse. There was nothing to absolutely love about him except everything about him. I loved his body type. I loved his video. I loved the way he moved. When they brought him out on the floor, just his presence, although he wasn't a big horse, he seemed like one. You know, he just one of those horses that was very proud. And I loved 241 Cadu. I had my number one horse overall that we bought yesterday. We'll get to her in a minute. And I had my number one horse that I really wanted. Of all the horses we could get for the right price, I wanted this guy. I had him priced at $24,000, and we bought him for $21,000. I still like him. Wait until you see him. I know if these guys go with him today, I guarantee you they're going to tell me all about him tomorrow. He had a beautiful gait, great eye, nice body type, put together really well. I love number 241 Cado. Again, we're firing right through them now. We've got everything. I looked through the catalog. Everything we wanted for the most part, we got. And then we went to my number one pick of the whole day. I probably would have. This is the type of horse where I probably would have went to 80 or 90 and then, asked for forgiveness after if anybody wanted out because we spent too much money on the horse, the premium horse. If everybody wanted out, that's fine. We would have been able to find owners for this filly. I just thought this was her. We are buying her. I had her priced anywhere between $75,000 and $90,000, knowing that I would have went over at 90. 75, the low end would have been okay, but 90 would have been too much. And we got her for $65,000. My number one pick of the whole sale was right here, Aunt Lily. Now, you guys have to go back and look at her sister this year. Her sister, now, I'll preface this by saying Hip Hop Gracie never looked like a nice horse. I raced against her. I can't say in the barn, on the track, rickety going little thing. never really was that impressive. I remember her very vividly. Chris Beaver raced her. The sister, Sierra Girl, was as dominant as you could be in the 2-year-old filly division. I watched her literally destroy the field in her first or second start in a sire stake race at the Meadows. And then in the final at the Poconos, Alki Svanstedt was racing his filly, gets away 5 lengths behind the gate, first over, and wins the final. As dominant a performance all season as you're going to see, and that is this filly's half-sister. We got the Uncle Peter. That one was by bar hopping. I couldn't be happier than I was to pick up Aunt Lily. My number one pick of the entire sale was this filly, and we ended up getting her. Now, was the sale over? We had lots of horses we liked. I talked to you about Rose Run AJ, the brother to Explodent, and how strong that entire family was. Down in the third dam, you had Armbro McIntosh, who turned out to be a sire. Real Surreal in the second one. Armbro Wallflower, the second dam, was a monster herself. And then you have Exploding in the first dam. An easy pickup. Again, $25,000 for this colt. He looked really, really good. I think we got him for $25,000. I can't explain that one. He was a Ridgeling. And before anybody gets too concerned, so is still Spitfire Overseas. So the Ridgeling stuff, easy to fix if you have to fix it. Rose Run AJ is a big, strong colt. And our last horse was the one you just watched jog. That was Freedom Hill. I just thought such a beautiful filly. Again, I didn't bring her. She wasn't in our video. If she was on our entire list, she would have come in somewhere around 45th, 50th of all the horses I liked. But again, middle of the road, a horse that was going to do us some good. Great video. Really good looking filly. Came from a smaller farm. $19,000 really wasn't that hard to pay for Freedom Hill, and that did our day in, except for 183 Dancing in My Socks. Again, a horse that fit perfectly into what we were trying to do. So we actually ended up with 13 horses yesterday. I'll be putting those buckets together. I have a ton of people asking me. It's just math, right? I want to make sure that we have 3 or 4 in the B bucket. 3 would be nice. The rest in the A, and then you already know who my top pick is going to be. You're going to see Aunt Lily end up as our premium horse. So that is yesterday's sale. I wanted to bring it all to you guys so that you understood exactly what was going on, what we were up against, what we got, what we didn't get. I can tell you with absolute certainty, I was absolutely thrilled with the entire sale. We got everything we wanted, and of course that's easy when you're looking at a third of the sale, but we got everything we wanted. I got my horse that I wanted in Cadu. We got the number one pick of the entire sale for me, Aunt Lily. We picked up another horse that, quite frankly, I thought could have drifted up into the range of that premium type horse for us, and that was Bluebird Tuxedo Hill. Date night, that entire family is so good. I was just really thrilled with the entire day, but it was tiring. It was taxing, and I apologize I didn't bring you a video last night. I haven't even done a video to recap last night's races, let alone the sale. So those... I'll have the buckets done probably today, but likely this weekend, for sure today. And then we will open those up, I think, Monday or Tuesday, and start taking requests from the people that own the shares to fill them up. We likely will have shares for everybody come Monday morning or Tuesday morning, whenever they get unlocked. But I can tell you this much, very, very happy with the string that we put together for 2024 yesterday at the 2023 Ohio Select sale. So with that, I'll let you go. I will talk to you all very soon. I hope you had a wonderful day following along. It was a lot of fun. Take care.